my little tattletale? So what's up, Sussex Squad? Yo, come in, sit down, and shut the door. Y'all, everybody was sitting there laughing when Camilla and Charles were going after Meghan. But little did we know, Charles is cleaning court out of everyone. Queen Elizabeth Love, and no, I'm not just talking about Harry. Y'all, Angela Kelly, everybody's nemesis, just got evicted. But get this, guess what? They turned off her cell phone without her knowing. Now, Angela, being the old bitter person she is, isn't going down without a fight. It looks like she is literally threatening a book deal for a tell-all. We're going to talk about that. Now, I know you might be saying, what does Camilla have to do with this? I'll tell you. Don't forget that nobody really ever thought that Camilla was going to be queen. They always thought she was going to be someone disposable like Kate, Queen's Consort. Like, yeah, whatever. Is the boss here? You didn't know that she had Charles wrapped around her finger. She has ingrained herself so much in Charles's ego and psyche that Charles needs Camilla put on a pedestal in order for him to feel like he made it. But baby, let's talk about Camilla and her villain air. Y'all, the details of the coronation have come out and they are wild. They are mad. But Camilla is ushering in the old school royal politics. And I gotta say, I love it. Listen, y'all know I want to see that monarchy dissolve to nothing. And it looks like Camilla Parker Bowles is the one that was promised. If you guys don't recall, she's the one that did the first mortal blow to the monarchy, right? And she hasn't stopped yet. Y'all, Camilla is literally doing the victory lap. I'm going to get into the details, but let me just give you a point. Camilla's doing the victory lap. The most sacred part of the ceremony, I only know this from watching The Crown, right? The most sacred part when they walked us through like what's supposed to happen and the anointing and Queen Elizabeth was like, okay, right? The most holiest part is when you were supposed to be shrouded. It's supposed to be very private and you are anointed. Camilla is breaking royal protocol. They literally were clutching pearls and jump scared at the fact that Meghan was wearing dark nail polish. Camilla is taking that part of the ceremony and making it public. She wants the world to see her crowned as queen. But guess what? It's not over. She even wants the public to participate in kissing the rings. And I kid you not, taking a real life oath of fealty to her and her descendants. I know a lot of y'all said Camilla's descendants will never be royalty. Baby, Camilla is doing this in our lifetime. She is the illest and realest to ever do it. If she wasn't such a despicable person, I would really love watching this. Camilla, to me, just hear me out. Camilla has the same mind as Meghan Markle, but different goals. Meghan uses her powers for good. Camilla uses her powers for effery. We already saw that. But can we both admit that they have incredibly strategic minds? And again, this isn't a patriarchal print. I believe anyone having a strategic mind is a beautiful thing. It doesn't mean you're evil. It just means that your mind is so intelligent. People in life are playing checkers and you are always playing chess. Y'all, listen, the funny thing is, every way they try to paint Meghan is who Camilla actually is. Where do I want to start at first? Because this is a lot of gossip. Sussex Squad. Let's talk about Angela Kelly. Who should we talk about? You know what? Let's talk about Camilla's nonsense, because this is the stuff that's funny to me. Let's talk about Camilla's nonsense. Now, Peter Hunt, go ahead and follow him on Twitter. He's actually a good follower. You know, Sussex Squad, I'm sure you know Royal Suitor and all this other stuff. But Peter Hunt's actually a good follow too. Now, Peter Hunt has said that Camilla continues to play a blinder, there will be no screen or canopy to conceal any aspect of Camilla's coronation. The whole world will see the final act of Queen Camilla's transformation. Now listen, when I read that, I laughed out loud. I literally cackled out loud, spit out my green tea, and jumped on here to give you guys a video, because here's the thing. I get it. Camilla's doing a victory lap. Camilla's like, ha, 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 ha. I won. And Camilla, you did. But you still got to wake up the next morning. This power play, this scorched earth policy, even you evicting Angela Kelly and shutting off her work phone, baby, a lot of people know about Camilla's dirty laundry and the skeletons buried next to William's rose bushes, but they kept quiet because it served their purpose. Again, Camilla's doing her victory lap, but you still have to live in this world after this. You still have to wake up. Anyway, let's get into this mess. This is directly from the royal program, the coronation of the queen. The dean pours oil from ampules onto a spoon and holds the spoon for the Archbishop of Canterbury. The Archbishop of Canterbury will say, "Be your head anointed with holy oil." Then they say a bunch of other stuff, right? The coronation of the sovereign consort follows a familiar, albeit slightly different process to that of the sovereigns over coronation, as it confers upon the consort the honor and position to serve besides their spouse. The crowning of the consort is a ceremony last seen on the coronation of 1937 with Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, later Queen Mother. It is a ceremony that is only conferred upon female consorts. Hence, His late Royal Highness Prince Philip had no such ceremony in crowning. In a similar way to that of the king, the queen is anointed by the archbishop. However, this anointing will happen without a screen or canopy to demonstrate the different nature of anointing a consort compared to a reigning sovereign. And this anointing is by the permission of the sovereign. Now, we already know Charles gave permission, but the fact that they are even using this thread bill, no, we're letting Camilla show and shove and be like, I won. That's all this all said, so Camilla can sit there and be like, I won. Let's not forget that she also, because everybody's like, Camilla's family doesn't have tiaras, jewels, crests, and all this other stuff. They also said that everybody in that coronation is going to be dressed business casual, but Camilla, right, is going to be there with the queen's tiara and coming in along with Charles. But y'all, hold on. There's more, okay? They also have a royal shout. This is the craziest part. Millions watching the coronation around the world are asked to cry out and swear allegiance to the king, with the public given an active role in the ancient ceremony for the first time in history. Charles's coronation has been modernized to include the first ever homage of the people. You said you modernize this so that the peasants can cry out for their king? Yes, Charles, the peasants in the street have been missing, literally kissing the rings of their beloved king. This idiot. Now, Lambeth Place said it was hoped the significant change to the historic service will result in a great cry around the nation and around the world of support from the king. These people really think that they're anointed by God to rule. And all I gotta say is this. If you anointed by God, why your face look like that? If you anointed by that God, why your queen's consort look like a horse? If you anointed by God, why does, you know what, let me shut up before I get in trouble. Anyway, you're not anointed by God, right? Because I would assume God would kiss you with the beauty. Anyway, look at Charles's no-having chin. You ain't anointed by God. We can look at William's head and say, ooh, there is great evil afoot, foul. The devil have taken all his hairs. Okay, so anyway, right? It's hope. Okay. It replaces the traditional homage of peers in which a long line of hereditary peers knelt and make a pledge to the monarch in person. The liturgy, words or actions of the coronation service have been revealed, having been decided upon in close consultation with the Queen, the Archbishop of Canterbury, King, Archbishop of Canterbury, and the government. Add Camilla's name in there because you know she was right in the middle of that, offering sherry to everybody, kicking up her feet, wondering about what's going on with her grandbaby with the red afro. Anyway, right? The Archbishop, get this, will call upon all persons of goodwill in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland and the other realms and the territories to make homage in the heart and voice of their undoubted king, defender of all. The order of service will read, all who so desire in the abbey or elsewhere, say together, and they're going to expect people watching this on TV. Charles probably expects a joyous cry up of this pledge. They're going to be pledging their allegiance to Camilla too. They are insane. They really are treating this like this is a Game of Thrones episode. They say, I swear that I will pay true allegiance to your majesty and to your heirs and successors according to law. So help me God. I'm sorry. So get this, right? Angela Levine, one of the biggest suckers of lemons, you know her face look like always, right? Talking trash about Meghan, wishing she had 1/8 of what Meghan has. And I'm not even talking about Meghan's beauty. I just mean Meghan's charisma. That woman, you can tell, has been dealt, she had a hard paper life. She's been dealt a crushing blow and she's still bitter about it. She just looks, not talking about her physical appearance. I'm talking about the way her soul is just like sucking on lemons, all right? Even Angela Levine, the head kiss up in charge, said, I'm a huge believer in the monarchy, but I am not going to swear true allegiance. Step too far, I'm afraid. They literally want the people watching the ceremony to swear allegiance to Charles and Camilla. Then one of the royal derangers jumped in and said, why would you state this publicly? You make a living out of all things royal. Perhaps something should be kept private. Sorry, but you've lost me as a fan, and no doubt many more will follow. Shut up, Jason. That sounds like Jason Knopf. Shut up, Jason. Go back to shining William's head while you devise another dumb scheme to make him look good. Side note, I'm going to be dropping a second video because if you guys don't know, a couple of you guys told me Meghan's family is making a documentary to drop the day. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about William, the way he's now trying to compete with Harry, making a docuseries. This is going to be Earthshot 2.0. But let's get into Angela Levine. I'll put that in a second video today. If you guys can, hit that like button. It really helps me circulate. Also, if you've been watching for a while, just creeping, listen, y'all know I talk about everything. And it is fun humor. Yes, I like to be messy. Yes, I like to be shady, but it's all good vibes. You know, it's like we're dragging with a touch of humor. That's the way I was raised. What could I say, okay? You guys don't need any of this smut on your soul. Just smirk and listen while you say, shake your heads. Anyway, listen, y'all. Let's get into this Angela Levine stuff because this is the funniest thing. The Queen's former right-hand woman, Angela Kelly, has been cut off by King Charles and kicked out of her grace and favor Windsor estate, and her work mobile phone has been disconnected. Now, if you guys don't know, the Queen, when she died, promised her a house forever on the Windsor estate. Charles came in and said, I don't give a DA what my mama called you. Pack your ish and get out. The only reason Andrew even still has a house is because he's my brother, and I don't feel like Fergie selling more secrets to us because you know they will go. Angela, you're not related to me. I can't stand you. You disrespected Camilla one too many times. Get your A out. That's what's going on. Now, this is sweet justice. But again, Angela knows where a lot of Camilla's bodies are buried, and I know Camilla is power tripping, but what's next for you? And get this, Angela promised retribution on Instagram. Listen to this, right? She's been cut off by the king and booted out her grace and favor. She was her dresser and confidant for more than 20 years, and she's being forced to move out from her Berkshire home. Not only is she having to vacate the modest semi-detached cottage on the Windsor estate, she revealed that they even turned off her phone. And she prepared for her new life in the Peak District. Shame. I hope that Camilla hired like the peasants that are supposed to be praising them to stand with like wooden spoons and pots and be like, shame, shame, shame. Why Angela Kelly walked God don't like ugly. Anyway, right? So listen, she's going to have to move to the Peak District, 180 miles away from Windsor. They basically banished her. And what's her name? Kelly. Angela Kelly really thought, she was unusually candid this week on her public. Angela, what is his agent? High heels. Angela Kelly is so, everything about her agent high heels. Anyway, she posted a picture of her garden telling friends, getting ready to say goodbye. I'm moving at last to my new home, which I'll be able to call my home at last. In response to a friend, she posted, I'm moving to the Peak District just further on than Shellville, so not too far away from my family. My work phone's been disconnected, but hopefully you have this one. Looking forward to my new adventures. Her Instagram stories from this morning suggest she was defiant to the end. She posted, I'm too old to worry about who likes me and who dislikes me. Camilla hates you. So does Charles. You're too old to worry about whether the king likes you or dislikes you. That's funny because your whole time that we got introduced to you in the American market, you were talking mess about Meghan. What you mean? Anyway, right? She said, I have more important things to do. If you love me, I love you. If you support me, I support you. If you hate me, I don't care. Baby, you care. That's why you moving 180 miles away, and all this power you thought you had got pushed out the door. She says, I can't do negative today. Positive vibes. Positive vibes. Listen, Megyn Kelly was a Liverpool doctor's daughter. Imagine being from working class backgrounds, talking ish. Well, we all know what the problem is with Meghan, right? She has been treated badly after such loyal and devoted service, and said she's become another victim of the king's property merry-go-round. Yeah, you guys. All I have to say is, I can't wait for that tell-all. Listen, the royal court power struggles and games are upon us. Long live Queen Camilla, because baby, I want that monarchy to burn. And Camilla's helping bigger and better than anyone. Y'all, listen, don't forget there's going to be a second video posted today. I promise. Please be on the lookout. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.